This is kind of like a special edition episode of the Imperfect Dads
Yeah.
podcast because Justin, I'm going to put you on the spot immediately to start out the
Okay.
episode, has an announcement that he wants to make, and then we'll discuss the announcement and talk about all of it.
Yeah. So I've talked to Devon and I've talked to my wife and even my therapist about what's going on in my life right now and how I've got some things I got to focus on, especially with the little kid that I don't have the willpower and time and heart right now to continue on the podcast. So
Yep. Yeah,
that's the big announcement.
it is the big
So
announcement.
Devin is going to take it over solo,
Mm-hmm.
because he likes to be his own boss,
Yeah, that's
and
it. Yeah.
and I am sure he's just going to continue like he has for the last couple of months where I
Yep.
haven't been on it.
Yeah.
And it seems to be going pretty smooth. So you
It's
already
still
had
working.
yeah
So,
yeah you had a test and
yes.
that was it.
Yeah. And
So
to add some background to that, yeah, like in May or so, I mean, just for some more context, you do run operations for a landscape company. So back in May, you were like, oh, I don't really have the mental space for this. My son still isn't really sleeping through the night. I'm about to enter into the summer, which is insanity for me anyway. I'm going to take a break if that's cool with you. And we'll just kind of reassess in August to see like what we
yeah.
should do. And so it's like, cool, man, we'll figure it out. We'll do it.
And that right there was huge. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
like understanding
of course.
and not like giving the shade eye or anything like that. I know
No,
you
man.
wouldn't,
No,
but I mean that having that support was awesome.
I think to make a decision like this, I mean, well, I'll say it a million times. The only reason this podcast exists is because of your belief that a podcast like this people would want to listen to. So like I would like, yeah, no, this is as much yours as it is mine. So like, last thing I would want to do is to make you feel shame or guilt. And honestly, I don't think enough people. I want to overpraise people whenever they admit their limits. Like if someone's like, I'm at my limit, I'm like, hell yes. Let's talk about how you're done. And like, that's
Oh,
fine because I think how much damage does it do if you're at your limit and you go, now I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing through. I'm going to let people down. And it's like, no, like
yeah.
this is such an opportunity to show support and love. I would much rather lean into that energy and figure it out as opposed to being like, oh, but Justin, nah, man. And
Oh
also like
man.
this now, I know this more feels like, I hate doing things that are reactive. So you just
Yeah.
had a good 3 months to sit there and be like, all right, I've taken a break from the podcast. What's my life look like? What is my life? How can I actually, I've stepped away. Can I look at this objectively and like look at it clearly?
Yeah.
And you are absolutely in a place in your life in which you work full time. You got two kids that are both under the age of 5. One isn't even one yet. And like life is exhausting when your kids are this little and
It
you work a full time job.
it is. It is. And yeah, I just didn't have the mental capacity. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already taking medication for my stress and anxiety, and having that second kid under one has
Yeah.
like I'm already
Yeah.
with him like
Yeah.
way up here. So uh yeah, I I didn't want to do a disservice to you and like try to keep doing it and
Yeah.
then like you pull your own weight and you pull it well, buddy. So you
Thanks.
can, um I, I'm I am very proud of you and how when we first started off this podcast to now, like, dude, you have uh like it just a natural ability for this.
Thanks.
So
Well, I wouldn't have. I mean, I'm not just saying this to do like a return compliment. I wouldn't have thought, I still in my head, like if someone is like, oh, I listened to a couple episodes, I'm like, oh my God, this is worth listening to. Like that's genuinely
yeah,
how I always feel. And you've always had the belief of like, no, man, this is something people need. And people like, once they find it, they connect to it and it's beautiful and it's great. And you almost like have always just reminded me like, hey man, like this is really good. And this is really good stuff to put out into the world. Cause I get in my, I like everyone, I get in my own headspace where I'm like, some days I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing this. Is that good? Is that bad? And you're like, of course it's good. Why would it not be good? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Self-defeating habits and tendencies. Yeah, yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah, and just, like, think of all the cool people that you and myself have met. So, I mean, such cool stories
Yes.
on getting to know all these,
Yeah.
guests that we've had on.
Yeah. I mean, I went to we had on Dane Poppin, who's the touring bassist for the Fray, and the Fray was in town. And I was like, hey man, if you're ever in town, let me know. I was like, cool, come out to the show. And like got to meet him, got to hang out with him and
Like, how
stuff.
cool is that?
That's freaking cool. Yeah. I mean,
How cool is that?
like, and that's not even to say that like my favorite success story of this will always be the Wild Feathers. And that whenever we started this, you're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we ever just got to have one of them on and talk to them? We had on 4 of the 5 members of the podcast. You're legitimately friends with Ricky now. And like that to me makes the entire podcast worth it. Is that it, like to have that like that we've been able to make those type of friendships. Legitimately, there are people who come out to Denver and are like, hey man, I'm in town, let's meet up. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this is all of these are people who I wouldn't have known existed
yeah,
if it wasn't for this podcast.
yeah, yeah. I mean, such amazing dads,
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
with just all different types of stories,
Mhm.
though, and we'll get that that last wild feather. If you can get
Yeah,
him on
yeah.
ever,
Then you'll come back for the episode?
I'll be a,
Yes.
surprise guest.
Yes. But that's also to mention the wild feathers, it was that one of the episodes we did with Joel was a perfect example of where you are in your life in which
Oh,
we
yeah.
were doing the episode, your daughter threw up, your wife walked in the room, was like, "I need help downstairs." And you're like, "Cool, I'm gonna go help out." You thought everything was settled, everything was good. You came back up, she threw up again. So then you're like, "Never mind, this is actually an awful idea." And like, I'm sure internally, Justin, your mind was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing both of these things badly. Like,
Yep.
I need to
Ex
choose to either be a dad or some like I." And I'm glad you're choosing. How do I focus on family and job stuff more than a podcast? That's kind of a fun side hobby to do.
yes, exactly, 100%. But I also am like, it's more than just a podcast, like
I'm naturally self-deprecating, Justin. So stop it.
alright, alright, I just want you to
You
know
can
that
build it.
it's not just the
You can
podcast, or
you can
it's not just
counteract me. You can counteract my
okay.
energy here. That's okay.
I, I we probably would not have had, the closest friendship that like what we have right now
Correct. Yes.
if it wasn't for this podcast.
Hmm.
Like, we had hung out at neighborhood parties and watched a game or two
Yeah.
until you realized how crazy I am when I'm watching UK stuff.
Or the Bengals lose the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, man. Yep. So, without the podcast, I wouldn't have been able to get to know you, man, and realize how cool of a guy you are. And I
Well,
mean that. I
I know.
genuinely
I know. I
mean
know. I
that.
know. Yes.
I know
Uh,
it's cheesy. I'm always
no, it's
full of
not
cheese.
cheesy. No. 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 As I've been told multiple times in my life, when someone gives you a sincere compliment, say thank you. Don't change the subject. Don't try to compliment them back or play it off with a joke. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
getting to know me at all, asking me questions about what you thought it'd be like to be a dad, listening to me, and then thinking a conversation with you is not inspiring, is an uplifting thing. And I bet
Yeah.
if we started talking more about fatherhood, it would feel uplifting on a regular basis. So without you seeing that and believing that in me, I wouldn't have seen that and believed that in my own self.
Well, thank you,
So
man.
thank you.
Thank
Um,
you.
yes. Also, like we've talked about how since I moved, you also moved, and we do this all remotely. Just the sense of community that comes with it is so different than what we
Oh,
started with.
yes.
So, like the energy of this podcast by going fully remote instead of moving to in person is it's just a different experience. And I know you had said before, like not that that was wearing on you, but you're like, oh, this isn't the same thing. This feels
Yeah.
different. And if I'm already exhausted in every area of life, then going to something that feels different from why I started it. Also, it's like,
Yeah. You
I
got
got
a
to
lot
count. Oh,
you man, a lot of thinking and arguing back and forth in my mind
Mhm.
of what I should do. So
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly right.
Well,
It's
because I know, like, it was really fun to be able to do this in Nashville because then you'd be out and about, like, you'd be at a playground and you'd run into someone who was a guest on
yeah,
the podcast. You would
yeah,
go to dinner and run into someone who's eating pizza at the same place, and it's like, "Oh, this is really cool." Whereas now it's
yeah.
like, "Hey, man, I just looked at your tour schedule. You might you might have a chance to get a drink while you're in Denver. Let me know if that maybe potentially works or makes sense for you." And it's a different energy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely different energy, but I mean, um, not only just getting to know some of these band members
Mhm.
and people that are like, wow, you really
That's
want to come
cool.
on?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, we've like Jordan and Evan and Doug, like
Mhm.
those guys right there are still like meeting up with each other.
Yeah,
Evan took over the dad walk.
yeah,
And Jordan's helping out with that as well.
yeah,
And just getting to know those guys. And like we all went to Declan, Doug's Doug's son's birthday last week. And it was Jordan and Arthur, Declan and Doug were there
yeah,
with some of his family members. And then Evan and George were there, and it was so much
yeah,
fun,
yeah,
so much fun seeing the kids play, but also just being able to hang out with them,
yeah,
and it's for people that would probably have never crossed
yeah,
paths
mhm,
without having been on this podcast,
yeah,
and it's a cool thing to think about.
it is. And I mean, there's even like some people that come to dad walks that we like didn't have on the podcast, not because of them, but because of schedule. No,
Yeah,
but yeah, like there are so many friends we made from doing dad walks, which dad walks are still happening, still going on. Evan's taking lead on that. Where it's like, yeah, there's just so much a good energy that we always wanted to present from this podcast was a reminder to dads that they're not alone and
yeah,
whatever they're going through. And your idea for dad walks made that a physical manifestation of dads physically getting together. And like, we didn't have the most like deep conversations all the time. It wasn't,
no,
like every week. It's not like, oh man, this is like everything's awful. I haven't slept. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it was just like, hey, do you just want to like be a dad and go on a walk? It's like,
well,
that sounds great.
yeah. Well, you gotta think about it. I mean, most of the dads that came, we had some with older kids, but a lot of them were like 3 and under or
Yes.
somewhere in that range where they're probably still not getting the amount of sleep that they should.
Yes.
So on a Saturday morning, they just want silence, and all the other dads know it as well because that's what they want.
Correct.
And just strolling
Just
next
strolling.
next to him, but not having to like do stupid banter or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
just be present.
Just walk, maybe try to ask each other questions like, "So what's your life?" You know,
Yeah,
the hard-hitting questions.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
yeah, maybe see a deer while you're on the walk, but you're right, almost everyone who comes to those walks has kids that are still, like, on nap schedules, and, like,
yeah.
it's like a dad trying to, like, "Alright, I'm gonna go wear the kid out on a walk and a little playground visit while my wife does or partner does anything, literally anything,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna hopefully get that kid back, get some food in their belly, and then put them down for a nap, and that's the Saturday morning, like, breaking up the inertia or whatever we were hoping to do.
yeah, yeah. And what also is pretty funny and cool at the same time is the moms finding out about the dad
Yes.
walk and then telling the husband,
Yes.
but not telling like what
Not
the
the details.
understory, yeah, of how it all came about. So then when you're like, oh, so you've heard us on the podcast? He's like, what podcast? He's like, my wife told me to just come to
My
this
wife
thing.
said there are guys walking with their kids at 9:30 at Shelby Bottoms. You better show up.
Yeah.
And then they're shopping like, oh, how'd you hear about this? I'm like, I didn't. My wife did.
my wife told me to do this. But then by the end of it, they're like, this is actually really
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I haven't had a single person in my like seem out of place or like unappreciative or
Yeah.
just like not generally just happy to be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And everyone, it's like great energy of every dad who was there just wanted to make community and make friends. Like no one,
yeah,
like everyone was there to be like, "You're a dad too? How's it going, man? How's it go?" Like I feel like we did a pretty solid job, and Evan still is just being inclusive. Hey, you're here.
yeah,
Like let's have you. Like, come on in. You got this.
yeah. Except for all those daggone scammers that are getting in that group.
That's true. Whenever you open up the group chat to everyone and people are suddenly you get like this name that you've never seen before being like, by the way, I have a PlayStation 5 for free if you just send me all of this information.
Yeah.
And you're like, that doesn't lead to I don't think that leads to play. Thank you,
That-
Evan, for doing admin and moderating the group chat. So when all those people are trying to scam the dads just looking for friendship,
yeah.
they don't do it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I know you said you had tried to start up like a Murfreesboro dad walk, but probably just availability of your own self and predictability of
Yeah.
schedule. You're like, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. I really would love to, but I also am enjoying going to the market
Oh, yeah.
every Saturday morning. Like today we just um it was a little chilly out, so we
Hmm.
just walked all the way to the market. Walked around the market, got some breakfast at one of the stands,
Yeah, that's cool.
ate a popsicle. We
Nice.
we hung out um in the square for a little bit and then walked back home.
Yeah.
Um so
That's nice. That's a
I
good
mean
Saturday morning.
I'm still getting a walk in.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy doing that with Haley
Yeah.
and the kids.
And
And
also, honestly, man, like you work a full time job, and I know you don't work 40 hours. I know you work more than 40 hours a week.
yeah,
And Haley works a full time job, and both your kids are little. So, like, if you have not a guarantee, if you have a rhythm in which it usually leads to good connection with your wife and your kids, you protect that
yeah,
and you keep that going because yeah, it's needed. It reminds you why you're it's why whenever you're exhausted, you can think to those moments and be like, all right, this is why I'm doing this. Keep going. You got this.
yep, yep, exactly. Spot on, brother, just like always.
Yeah, sometimes. Trying to think of other details. I don't plan on having a new co-host. I don't plan on replacing you. I guess that should be stated at this time. Um,
Just let you know, you do have my blessing if you
yeah,
want to.
that's
I
fair.
like don't like do it just out of like, oh, I don't want to hurt Justin's
Oh,
feelings.
there's two parts of it. One, we started this together, and I don't really want to I don't want to shift that. Like to me, it's like it's either you for a co-host or I don't see the benefit having
Yeah,
someone else. And like selfishly, right now, if I schedule an interview, I just think about like two schedules.
yeah,
And like that's very convenient to be like, hey man, I can do this time. Can you do this time? And then knowing what else can happen to that, as opposed to like, yeah, I feel like I would schedule it, especially if I did daytime interviews. Like one of my favorite moments, not favorite, but jokingly favorite, that also represents your life is there's a call I'd set up and you're like, all right, man, I'm going to be on the call. And then you send me a text, like a picture an hour before of one of the guys who you work for, like the lawnmower had flipped over inside the trailer behind it and ripped open the side of the
oh
trailer,
yeah,
and the trailer was on the side of the road. And you're just like, well, I guess I'm not coming to that call today.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
It
yes,
happens.
yeah, and in the multiple times of during the day, uh, like just having to rush from
Yes.
a project or job, like to somewhere
Yeah.
remote to where I can sit down and do the podcast thing was just
Yeah.
it was getting
Stressful.
yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, it's a fascinating place because we used to do this just on Sunday afternoons or like maybe a Tuesday or Thursday night or something like that. And now since it's remote, people are like, actually, if I could do this during the day, like that'd be
yeah,
really helpful and
yeah,
appreciative. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that makes a ton of sense. I also that means I'm guaranteed a night with the family. So that's probably better. So yeah, let's
yeah,
do that.
yeah, and that works out perfect
Yeah.
because I mean a lot of the guests that you've had on lately have been like the the singers and songwriters
Hmm.
and musicians
Yeah.
that don't necessarily have, um,
9 to 5s.
yeah, a day
Yeah.
job that or
Yeah.
a desk job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
that
I
works out
did
perfect.
the American Aquarium guy whenever I did a call with him. I haven't posted the episode yet. But he was like, "I'm on tour. Monday's my day off. So like, how about like after lunch? Like, you good for this time?" I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds good to me." And super nice, awesome dude. But like, yeah, different than like, yeah, if someone's doing a 9 to 5, then I'm like, "Hey, can you take your lunch with me and do a phone call for an hour?" It's just different feelings.
Yep.
So, and I'm not trying to only schedule musicians, but it's just how this
No,
podcast has always worked out is
yep, exactly.
you have
Like,
one
it
person on and they're like, "Hey, do you want to have this guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's he do for a job?" Same thing as me. All right, cool, let's
yep,
go.
yep. But to think of the spider webs of the different, uh, relationships
Yeah,
from that, though,
yeah,
like, just it's just insane to think mentally, and I can't it's hard to put into words
yeah,
just how cool and intricate that is.
yeah.
Um, so really proud to have been a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Yeah, I mean, I think I always will tell people around the time whenever your kid turns 2, I feel like you get so much mental space back and like you can like breathe again
I'm
or like
I'm
18
looking
months or
forward to that.
because I feel like the first 2 years of a kid's life, you're just the entire time like everyone's alive and I am alive
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
is good.
yeah.
So,
Every time that my boss calls me or I get on a Zoom call with our CFO and all the upper management,
yeah,
they're like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm tired."
I'm tired. I'm done.
I'm always tired.
Yep. And you can only drink so much coffee. It's just the deficit's
Yeah,
too great. So,
yeah, yeah. But um, if you ever need me on
yeah.
or want me on again, um, definitely down with that.
Yeah, man. Seat's still warm. I mean, honestly, like, also, if this podcast
Well,
is still
just
happening.
just for a special one
Okay.
time guest type thing,
I got you. Yeah, yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
man.
I
Who
got you. Yeah,
knows where
yeah.
the future is?
Not
But
me. And like, if whenever your son turns 2, this podcast still exists, hell yeah, that's good to hear.
I'm sure it will, and it'll be in good hands for sure, man.
Hopefully, we'll find out. We'll see how this all turns out. It'll be fine. It'll be good. It'll be good.
It'll be good. I mean, because literally, you had the practice.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah.
You've had those last 2 months where,
Yeah.
like,
It's all
and
me.
it seems to be doing great.
Yeah.
So
I
get that
will.
crap out of your head.
I will. I will say that, I still need to figure out how to work out scheduling in which I don't have so many episodes recorded because I didn't think it through that during the summer, whenever I had to release 2 episodes per week because we had such a backlog of things while
Uh
also
huh.
being at home with 3 kids during the summer
Yeah,
was
during the
like,
summer.
Devin, this was probably not whenever my wife has had to do like some long work trips. That's whenever I'm like, I'm going to edit 5 episodes tonight or like this week and that'll build up the bank of episodes. But that was also a fun learning curve this summer of like,
Yeah.
you're at home with 3 kids. You need to edit an episode. How are you going to do this? I'll figure it out. I'll find out how to do it.
Goodness gracious.
So
Were you getting enough sleep during that time?
I never get enough sleep. I'm perpetually tired by choice, not by reality. So, but yeah, man,
Oh
I'm
man.
trying to think of anything else. I do have to now redo the intros and outros for the episode.
Oh
Probably.
yeah. Yep.
So that's, just some minor bookkeeping stuff for my own self to think of. So
Or what you could do is just voice over mine
this was
with
just yeah,
and just do
yeah. I'll do
do the
like a
Charlie Brown.
yes, I'll do like an intro. I think of like 4 episodes uploaded in which I need to change the intro and outro on if I want to be that specific or care that much. I'll also like do like an asterisk, just like before the episode starts, be like, just so you know, Justin is no longer part of the podcast. Please listen to episode 168 to find out what happened to Justin. Thank you so much. Please,
Oh,
please go ahead and do that.
you should do that. That
I love a good bit, but I don't know if people love the bit as much as I do. Um,
uh Who cares what they think?
Yes. What else, Justin? What else you got? Any parting words? Anything like that you want to say before we wrap up?
I love you guys. I'm really proud to have been a part of this, and so glad that it's still going on, and going as strong as it is, and it'll continue to just grow. I mean, it has every single year, even with our move to the
remote and all this.
Remote.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be the next Joe Rogan.
Go. I don't know about that.
You're gonna blow up, Devon. You're gonna blow up.
Sure. Yeah. For our massive fan base, for a very niche podcast.
Hey,
so listen,
that shit's growing, man.
It is. I'm
with
just
the
saying,
millennials and all the dads that have a different mentality than what the old school dads were of.
It's true. I mean, as always, it's been extremely fun to be able to do this podcast with you. And we've always just been like, hey man, how can we support each other the most during this? And how can we share dad stories while also, maybe talking about ourselves a little bit from time to time. But for the most part, how do we communicate to dads so they aren't alone and that their story is worth listening to? So it's been really fun to be able to do this with you.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun to continue doing it. And I feel lucky to be able to do this at all, honestly.
Yeah. Well, proud of you, brother.
Thanks. Appreciate it. And let's go see how badly Kentucky is losing at football.
No. They're playing Toledo. I am sure they won.
Crazier things have happened.
It has.
Well, of course, we'll keep in touch. Our friendship is more than just this podcast. And I'm going to go check on the family and see what movie they started watching.
Yeah. And we'll probably talk later on, but just know I'm looking forward to coming out and hanging out with you guys there.
Yeah.
And then just let me know whenever you come back.
Yeah, I definitely will. I might, depends on if Nashville C makes the postseason, which they should. I might come back for a postseason game if it makes sense too.
Nice.
Depending on my schedules. Anyway, that's about all I got. And thanks, Justin. I really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
See you, man.
See you, dude. Have a good one.
You too, brother.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Imperfect Dads Podcast, and make sure to subscribe and rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to us, such as Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. The music is provided by The Wild Feathers, and all episodes are produced by me. Make sure to tune in Mondays for new episodes.